Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Soonsun 4-in-1 Floating Extendable Grip Tripod. Now this retails for, I think, somewhere between $35 and $40 US. I'll include a link in the description, and I did purchase this. This was not sent to me by the manufacturer, for those of you that are wondering. And the reason that I'm sharing this with all of you is that I was searching for essentially a floating grip for action cameras, but I wanted something that was a little bit more dynamic than just essentially a floating grip, and that's when I found this. So as you can see, I've got my Osmo Action Gen 1, my Insta360 1R 1-inch edition, my X3, and of course the 1RS 1-inch 360 edition. Now this is not water resistant in any way, shape, or form, so unless you've got some form of an enclosure, you really want to keep this one out of the picture, but I do plan on testing it with an underwater enclosure, so if you're wondering why, that's why it is in this video. But the X3, of course, can be used without an underwater enclosure. It does have an Ipx rating, so you're good to go with water resistance. And then, of course, so do these. So with or without enclosures, all three of these are going to work with this. So let's go ahead and get this out of the package. You can get it in either red or yellow. I went with yellow, and that's just going to be essentially at the base of the grip. And you can see on the side of the box here, they're just going over all of the different functions, the telescopic pole, the direct GoPro attachment, the phone holder clip, foldable tripod design, it floats, and then of course the other pitch is that it's a tripod in the water as well, because it opens up, because it is a tripod, and apparently because it floats, this will give us more stability when it's inverted in the water, as you can see in that image there. And of course, I'll let all of you know whether or not this truly functions as the manufacturer is specifying. You know, it may be a gimmick, it may be the real deal. We're going to find out. And just the way it functions, again, is that you just twist to lock and unlock, and it goes from 9 to 27 inches, essentially. So let's go ahead and get this out of the package. And pretty much what I was expecting to see right out of the box here, your user guide. Pretty straightforward. And then we have the phone attachment right there. And of course, mounting hardware, a little lanyard with, it's not even their brand, but whatever, it's as long as you've got something, right? And I may not use this with this. I may go for something a little bit more substantial, but there's nothing wrong with this little lock drawstring mechanism going on, or at least that's what it seems like. And essentially, obviously to get your mount tightened up on there in a fixed position, and the actual floating tripod. So plastic construction, I was hoping that this was going to be more of a rubber textured overlay, since that's the look they've given it with that texture, at least in my opinion. The yellow bottom there, as I was mentioning, which acts as a marker. If by chance, your camera gear gets away from you and this floats, this will be a way to separate it from everything else that may or may not be floating in the body of water that you're in. Now, these open up, as you can see. There's the tripod, and this is, again, what they're saying is that when it's in the water, you're just going to flip it and let it float. And because the legs will be open, you're going to have greater stability because there will be 3 points, anchoring that flotation rather than a single. I don't expect this to really be stable. That part of the gimmick, I'm not really interested in. For me, it was just about getting something that was beyond just a basic floating handle that would give me a little more capability. So, again, you can see the joint here inside the plastic mold. So the instruction said just turn it and extend it, and that's exactly what I did. Turn it again, and it's now locked into position. So I believe that that's the full extension right there, and it is. So that is your, I think I quoted it at 29 inches roughly. And again, you can just, seat this and you're good to go. Want to keep it internalized, you can. I don't know how long this is going to hold up, I have to say, with the all plastic construction, and then even looking at these joints to see how they're made, everything is plastic. Now, Of course, I recognize the fact that this is meant to float, so there are not too many ways to handle that, but a little concerning. So I'm going to test it out. Of course, I'll get back to you guys. And then for those of you that were worried this is not water resistant with the extended battery base, I'm well aware, so don't worry. Wish I had a good enclosure for this. That's another one I just can't find. I've bought a few on Amazon. They just do not fit. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully this is going to work as expected. At 35 to 40 on any given day, it's fairly expensive. Obviously, you can get a regular floating grip like this for a lot less without the tripod or you know, not just tripod functionality, but the selfie stick functionality as well, you know, being able to extend. But it's really a matter of what you're looking for. Again, you know, it seems decent. I'm going to see over time. If this were to only work for a single use, one trip, then of course it's not going to be worth the investment. If this could get you through a couple of years, depending on your usage, then it might be good. But I can already tell from this plastic build, I do not expect longevity out of this product. If you have anything comparable that you have found that you think is better, again, more dynamic for its use than just being a regular floaty, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I'm curious. This is the first time I'm really shopping a grip like this. And again, this one just seemed to be the most interesting. I will report back any questions or comments. Please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe and please stay safe. Later.